Statistics show that after serving time, a large number of young offenders often return to old neighborhoods and old habits of drugs and crime. According to the U.S. Justice Department, without intervention, over 60% of released offenders will commit another crime within 3 years, and more than 90% will reoffend within 5, which is why work is underway in Oklahoma prisons to help these young people turn their lives around by giving them marketable skills to support themselves.
For many inmates, a successful future after prison, even with skill training, can appear pretty bleak. But thanks to a new grant, inmates at the Key Correctional Facility, located at Fort Supply, are getting a second chance with some follow-up.
We could train them in a skill, and they would do good, and we'd give them some employability skills. We'd work with them, but then, if he had a bad environment that he was going back, let's say Oklahoma City, for instance, probably a lot of gang, related stuff, he was going back to the same place, chances are his percentage of success is going to be very low. Now with the resources for this grant, maybe we have the opportunity now to maybe move him somewhere else to a different geographic location that can up his chances for success a little bit better than what they were if he went back to the same place.
Kent Roof, CareerTech instructor at the Fort Supply Skills Center, says this $1 million grant will also fund education in areas such as math and reading to enhance the skills they are already learning.
But they'll get to a level that they can do applied math, that it's math to use with construction, with the construction trades or anything like that, to get them, where they can, read blueprints or do calculations for concrete or stuff like that. And reading, get them up to a reading level that they can read blueprints or they can read job specifications or items like that.
The project will serve up to 200 young inmates from 16 to 21 years of age during its first year, something instructional aide Leanne Thomas says is important.
These kids can be taught a trade, but if they didn't have the steps when they were younger of knowing that someone cares for me, I am proud of you, yes, I know you made mistakes, it's okay, we all make mistakes, now do something about it. We put a cover letter and a resume.
Thomas helps the students build professional job resumes and portfolios that have already proven beneficial.
We had one young man that he went by to see a potential employer, and he said that the man didn't have time to visit with him right then, and he didn't have time to wait. So he said, may I leave my portfolio here with you? And they said, well, sure. And he left it, and when the employer got time to look at it, he called the young man up and hired him. Because if it hadn't been for him having that piece of documentation to see what he did while he was inside the system, he wouldn't have got that job. And he'd probably be back in the system by now.
From steel framing to painting, drywall, and tile, Instructor Owen Nelson takes us on a tour of some of the current projects.
You can see some of the work that the tile students do. We had a person that was really interested in Indian feathers. We turned him loose and told him to dazzle us, and that's what he did. But what we try to do is challenge these students. They start off basic, and we just keep pushing those people harder and harder, training on their skills. They do simple walls, simple doors, and all of a sudden they're doing archways, barrels, ceilings. When they walk through the doors, they're a professional. That's the way we want them to act.
Nelson also says that many employers contact the Skills Center requesting for more of their students. Something tile student Patrick Martin Beyer understands and is thankful for.
Yeah, they really help you out here. They give you a portfolio, you do computer labs, so you really learn. You really do learn something. They don't just kind of throw you in here. You actually come in here and you learn. They got pretty cool instructors that come in here, and if you got a problem with something, they'll help you out. If you're looking for a second chance, and being in prison, this is the thing to do if you really want to start over. You want to have something that you can count on when you get out. This is the thing to do right here. I came up here with triangle cut pieces.
And that is the attitude Deputy Warden Terry Martin expects from all the students.
And instead of being a burden on the state of Oklahoma, being out there and being something that is an asset to the state of Oklahoma, paying taxes, being the good citizen, being the good volunteer firefighter, the good father, the good son, all those things. So.
What some may think is just learning another skill trade, to the students at William Key Correctional Facility is actually learning how to start over and lead a successful life.